Hi, and welcome to Zen in the Art of G.I.Joe action figure posing. I am your host, Kevin Leidy. Let's begin. First, I want to explain a little bit about Buddhism. Buddhism originated in India in the 6th century BC, and is essentially the teachings of Siddhartha Gautama, who was troubled by the idea that as he walked around, he saw that there was suffering in the world. He was a wealthy prince, he lived in luxury, and he knew nothing other than luxury until he was able to wander outside of the gates and he saw all of these people suffering, and he was troubled by that. So he was able to achieve enlightenment, and as he was able to achieve enlightenment, he decided that he wanted to help others do the same, and he taught about these 4 noble truths that he thought is universal throughout the world. The first thing is that life is suffering. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. That suffering is the result of our attachment to things that are impermanent, like money. If you remove the causes of suffering, suffering will cease. So as long as you remove our attachment to impermanent things, suffering will no longer exist. In order to remove that cause, you have to follow the eightfold path, or what's known as the middle way. Buddha is just another a name that translates into one who is awake. But today we're talking about Zen Buddhism. Well, Zen is the ability to see into one's true nature. And that comes from Huineng, who is the founder of Zen, which originates in China. To study the Buddha way is to study the self. To study the self is to forget the self. And to forget the self is to be enlightened. So in Zen Buddhism, you essentially just are focused so much on yourself, on the moment, on what it is that you're doing. You're so enraptured in the activity that you forget the self and you become enlightened. Zen actually is translated from the Sanskrit word of dhyana, which means meditation. Zen Buddhism focuses on attaining enlightenment, otherwise known as bodhi, through meditation, just as Siddhartha Gautama did when he wanted to figure out how to get rid of suffering. Everyone has the potential for enlightenment, and that's one of the keys to Buddhism, is that it's not an exclusive religion, that anybody has the potential to attain enlightenment. And again, the way to get to enlightenment is to break the cycle of suffering and reincarnation. Zen rejects the study of scriptures or religious rites, devotional practices, and good works and all that kind of stuff. So that's why sometimes you will see things like Kare Sansui, which is the Zen rock gardens, or flower arrangement, Ikebana. So those types of things are what Zen Buddhism is all about. So Zen in the Art of G.I.Joe action figure posing, that is, to borrow from a book called Zen in the Art of Archery, the poser ceases to be conscious of the self as the one who is engaged in posing the G.I.Joe figure. The state of unconscious is realized only when, completely empty and rid of the self, the poser becomes one with the perfecting of the technical skill. So what is it that you're going to be doing? You're going to be posing G.I. Joe action figures into various poses. Let's begin, shall we?